Hello everyone, it's Sue from Crafts to Enjoy and welcome to my craft from today. I'm a UK-based independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I have a whopping post-it note on my desk. I'm making Christmas cards, I'm excited! And I'm using the Winter Woods stamp set. I wanted to show you how to make a bit of a scene. So, I know that sounds a bit odd, but in my post-it here, I can't remember where I got these from, but I use them quite a lot, so they're really handy. They've got quite a wide sort of strip of the glue bit at the top, so I wanted to make a snowbank. So, I'm just going to kind of go along. There's no real... My snowbank isn't tidy or equal or anything else, so mine looks a bit like that. And I wanted it to be quite low down, my bank. Oh, wrong way up, Sue. So mine is that way. Okay, so I've done mine that way because I wanted it. I will say what in a bit. Is that going to be? Hang on, let me just move that along a bit. I think I want it. This is the great joy of making them like this. There we go. Okay. So my next thing to do was to white heat emboss. And then I'm going to sponge over the top of it. So let's grab my Versamark. So I'm using I've got a variety of trees. There's a couple of trees in this set. So I'm using that one and that one to make it sort of like kind of a, I don't really want a full tree in it. I want it sort of like, I don't know, the sort of top of the tree. And so I wanted to do something, I get this idea in my head and I'm never quite sure how it's going to work out. So this is very much how I craft, and I always say that to people. This is how I do mine. So I wanted to, so though, almost like the top of the tree is invisible and not the whole tree. So that's that bit. And then I wanted, I thought I might have a bit more of this one showing. But it doesn't really matter with this tree because it's kind of sitting on the snowbank, so it doesn't really matter if it's, you know, if it's not. So I'm just going to pop that down. I've just inked that up, and I want a bit of these trees showing. Oh, I like it. So there's my snowbank. I'm just going to take that off my post-it and get my white heat embossing powder over. Grab the spoon quickly and put that over there. Whoops, I think I've missed a bit. Double check I've got everywhere that I need. I'm going to heat that up. My desk is a bit messy today, or it seems to be. I'm going to grab my silicone mat and I'm going to just heat that up. I want this to look like snowy trees, so oh, something's on my lead. Whoops. You can't really see much at the moment, but I will show you in a sec when it changes into molten snow. So it starts off, I wonder if I can be able to show you a bit better with this tree. No, it's not picking it up very well on my camera. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just... Oh, let's turn that off. So, that starts off like that. You can't really pick it up. I'm trying to get it. There you go. You can see it there. So that's heated. I'm just going to let that cool for a few minutes. Few moments. I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink. I've got my sponge here, and all I I want to do is create a bit of a, because I've heat embossed that, it should stay white, so I'm just going to dab into my ink, sponge off a little bit on my thing. I'm just going to work my way sort of around. So I want it to look like it's a bit of a, kind of bit of a blizzard, is that the right word? I don't know, but a bit kind of blizzardy. And then where I've gone over the white, I can just get my cloth here. I can just wipe it off so they look white again. How cool is that? I've not done this for such a long time, and I thought, oh, we'll have a, I like doing different things that I've done a long time ago. So I don't mind if it's a little bit sort of like in different areas, there's less sort of the blue. And I'm going to come down over there towards the end of my, the inking of the sponge, so it looks a little bit like that. So I'm just going to get my, I've got an old flannel here. You could use any cloth. It needs to be a dry cloth, obviously, to take off the ink. So this should look like they're kinda in a bit of a snowy scene. What do you think? Then I'm going to come back in with my my post-it, and I'm going to make a bit of a snowbank, but I don't want it to look too sort of, I don't know, too neat, a neat line. I want it to look a little bit kind of rusticy, looking a bit kind of, so again I'm going to do the same. I take that there. And I want to make a bit of another one lower down, but I only want a little one this time, a little snowbank. So I'm going to take quite a lot of the ink off and just lightly go over it. Again, I've not gone I don't want this to be a solid, harsh line, so I'm not worried if it curls up and goes in different places. That's why I've done it this way. That's what I was trying to explain earlier, but I don't think I kind of thought how I was going to do it really. So it looks kind of a bit like that. So it gives it a bit of kind of texture in the distance. Then I wanted to grab my glitter. I've grabbed my glitter because it's got to have a bit of glitter. First of all, I'm going to take off all of the blue ink off my trees that I've made white. I'm just going to get my cloth around there like so. But yeah, I think it looks quite. I quite like the effect of the sponging, so it looks like it's a bit blizzardish. Is that a word, blizzardish? So there we go. And I'm going to get my Zig to Wig glue pen, and I've got the felt version here. I just wanted to create a little bit of glitter on the ground. So I'm going to go like kind of like this, but I just want to colour it in. So there's no real kind of skill here. I don't think I've got much glue on there. I can't see what I'm doing. So just pump it a little bit so it goes like so. There we go. So I just want to, again, it's glue. It's creating snow, so I'm not too bothered if it's, you know, not neat and clean and sort of crisp almost. That's not the look I'm going for here. So then I'm just going to simply pop this onto the card where I've put the glue, and it should create a bit of a, oh, and it does, can you see that? So I want it to create sort of kind of in the distance, or, you know, and again, if I wanted to, like there, this is a prime example, I didn't plan this very well, but my trees look as if they're a little bit suspended. So what I'm going to do is get my two-way glue pen, and I'm just going to go over it to kind of give a little bit of base to them, so it anchors them a little bit so they're not kind of floating in the air. So again, I'm just going over that, and I'm going to do the same about kind of there-ish. So I'm going up to the stamped image or the heat embossed image, and I can just go over it. That's the beauty of this type of technique, is you can just, there we are, I've just put in so it looks in the distance, so it looks like it's almost dark, so it gives it lots of dimension. I really like this. I get too excited. But yeah, these are quite easy to do. It's not too bad at all. It hasn't taken too long to do. I like speedy. I'll just put it on it simple, really, really simple. But I like it. And just going to find my glue to put left, which seems to have disappeared. Oh no, it hasn't. I love these type of cards. They're just really up my street, and I just really enjoy them. And sponging it is just such an easy technique to do. So it doesn't, you know, there we are. I'm just going to pop that flat. Don't want to take too much of the glitter off while it's still sort of kind of drying. But how good is that? Oh, I like it. I like the different layers, and it looks as if it's kind of, you know, in a woodland almost, but they're kind of anchored and sparkly, and it's got a bit of sparkle in there as well. Anyway, I get too excited. I need to calm down and breathe. A crafting moment there. I get too excited. Yes, so do go across to my blog. I do have a blog on all the socials, Crafts to Enjoy, the number 2 in the middle of Crafts and Enjoy. Don't forget to click on subscribe. Don't forget to click on subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell so don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you very much for popping by today, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.